The two-party political system which has ruled this country for a long time is under siege. And quite frankly, the major parties only have themselves to blame. There's one continuing phenomenon about federal politics. There are a veritable army of journalists living in the capital, living in the back pocket of MPs and leaders who are paid to know the scene. Almost without exception, at the last election, they got the result wrong. And almost without exception, though there were a couple who were on the ball, but by Saturday they were still talking about Morrison miracles. My job as a commentator is to try to tell you what the reality is, not what we would like it to be. On Thursday night, in summing up, right at the end of my program, I began my closing comment by saying, quote, "We are now left with an ideologically lost Liberal Party, not knowing which way to turn." And then I said this. And on Saturday, Australians will have their say. Tragically, I don't believe it'll be good news. Scott Morrison can't win 76 seats needed to form government. Labor currently have 68. I don't see any instance where the coalition can win a single seat from Labor. Can Labor win 8 seats to get to 76? My reckoning is they can, but the voters will decide that. 2 points there. I told you on Thursday, not for the first time, that Morrison couldn't win. And I have for some time documented why that is the case. Indeed, I spoke to at least 4 senior cabinet ministers over the last 6 months because I could see the runaway train coming down the track. And as far back as when I was in hospital early this year, and not for the first time, I suggested there must be leadership change in the coalition. Not for the first time, I was told there was no mood for change. I then made the simple point, and I quote what I said to 3 cabinet ministers, "So you're all going to go over the cliff together," unquote. And that's happened, including the Treasurer and the Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party and a putative Prime Minister, Josh Frydenberg. Admittedly, the vote on Saturday got rid of what I would call political rubbish within the Liberal Party. People like Trent Zimmerman, Lucy Wicks, Celia Hammond in Western Australia, Julian Simmons in Queensland are absolutely no loss. And James Stephens in South Australia might hang on, but he should go with them. These people are in favour of taking the Liberal Party further to the left, what I call the Keane doctrine. Yet this mob and this Liberal lurch was wiped out at the state election in WA, wiped out at the state election in South Australia, and now wiped out in Canberra. The political reality is simple. There is a genuine, modern, aware and compassionate, large Conservative family out there who, under Morrison, couldn't find a home. The new leadership under Peter Dutton is going to have to accommodate them and face the fire of the media and the political left. But the Liberal Party can't rebuild with more of the same. The most disturbing headline I saw at the weekend said simply, quote, "The class of 2022 will be the voters of 2025, unquote. And isn't that true? So if the left-wing indoctrination continues in the classroom and at universities, how will they then vote in 2025? The Conservative forces of very significant numbers in this country now have a real battle on their hands.